Hey everybody, it's Rockstar Vamp. I do look kind of shoddy today, and I do feel a little shoddy today because, over the past month or so, I have been less active than I should due to the fact that I haven't been working. So, and I haven't had enough money to go, get a gym membership or anything like that. So, anyway, I ended up doing a whole ton of walking yesterday in a pair of shoes that don't like me. Well, I've come to find out don't like me. And a whole ton of walking yesterday all over campus. And then I had to work with power tools afterwards. I did a lot of this because this was in the theater shop at the college. I had to do the 30 hours of this stuff so that way I can get my credit for theater technology. Anyway, I did a lot of the work yesterday because this girl I was working with, she didn't want to do a lot of it, so I ended up doing most of it, and there you go. I didn't realize how much, how much it kind of hurts the next day because the body tends to absorb a lot of the vibrations from the power tools, so I'm fairly sore, especially in the shoulder from power saw. So, yeah, and I found out something nifty. Whenever you are cutting something with a power saw, be careful if you come into a knot in the wood, because, yeah, if you go through it too fast, it will kick it out, and it'll kind of hurt your hand. Did mine. So, anyway, on the job front, still no job. In fact, all the employers I've been harassing for the past month have now just come back from vacation, so they're now just looking at applications. So, yeah. Anyway, there is a job fair coming up Friday, so I'm gonna go do that. Unfortunately, it's Six Flags, but you know what? It's a job, and it's a fairly active job, so that is kind of cool. Anyway, yes, there's that. So I got a job hunt going on Friday. Any hoozle, we got to talk about the main topic today, which is, I don't believe I covered enough in my last tattoo video, which I'll have a link for somewhere, probably on this video. Anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about the risks. There are risks when it comes to getting a tattoo, whether professionally or in some guy's basement. So, anyway, I like to compare getting a tattoo to surgery because both of which are puncturing your body. You know, they are basically invading your temple. So, I like to compare it to such because who would you rather remove your tonsils? Some guy in his basement or a professional surgeon at a hospital? I would take the surgeon, personally, because the CDC doesn't have any actual record cases of HIV, but most of HIV due to tattooing, but most of which they are tracking are professional tattoo parlors. And these trackings are from 1985, since I started tracking tattoo parlors. Now, it is very likely, if you go to some guy in his basement, that you do have a risk of getting HIV/AIDS. Reason being, the guy may not sterilize his stuff well enough. He may have just done a tattoo on somebody with AIDS, and you don't want that. And he may not sterilize his stuff enough, which giving this to you. Now, you gotta think about that. If you're gonna get a tattoo in someone's basement, you do actually have a risk of getting AIDS. And hepatitis, I think they have only made, out of 3,000 something in a year, only 12 were due to tattoo parlors. And That was probably just really crappy tattoo parlors. But anyway, you have to think of it this way. If these are the statistics for disease control and so forth in a professional setting, you can only imagine the statistics for in your basement or in someone's garage or whatever. You can only imagine how much the statistics would grow if you did this unprofessionally and not in a professional environment. You are more likely to get AIDS, HIV, you're more likely to get AIDS or hepatitis or a staph infection or just an infection in general if you do this unprofessionally in an unprofessional environment that is not very well sterilized. I'm warning you this because it's true. I've recently done more homework for you guys just because of this, and I want my facts to be straight. Now, whether or not you're going to a professional, there are risks. Kind of like when you get surgery, there are always risks. Main risks that you can see in a professional shop are infections, staph infections, basically that. And a less likely risk, like I said earlier, is maybe hepatitis, but that's why whenever you go to visit a tattoo parlor to decide if this is where you're going to go, that's why you go in and make sure this is where you want to get your tattoo, if it's clean, if it's a good environment, because there are some bad tattoo parlors out there, one of which used to be close to where I live, which thank God has been shut down. Yes. So, I'm so sore today. Anyway, yes, there are chances. I have actually seen once before a friend of mine get an infection from a professional tattoo, but luckily enough, she called her tattoo artist, and the tattoo artist said, "Oh, that's fine, we must have come across a bad batch of ink." Because in mostly a professional setting, it can come down to, they can just about literally find out exactly what it was that caused that to happen, and that means once you report it to them, they can fix it immediately, so it doesn't happen to anybody else. But there are simple ways to fix this, and infections, they are simply cured either by they are simply cured, and it's easy to take care of. Sometimes all you gotta do is just contact your tattoo artist first of all, and then contact your doctor, or either or. You need to contact them both at some point. Preferably immediately. Preferably. But your doctor can help you get rid of the infection, and so can the tattoo artist, and it's good to tell the tattoo artist so they can track down exactly what happened and fix it so it doesn't happen again. Now, a lot of times in professional settings, infections can happen from, like I said, anything from a bad batch of ink to something wasn't sterilized well enough. And sometimes it's just because it is an exposed wound. It is basically an open cut. The same aspect as an open cut. It is likely that while you're walking around or whatever, and you tend to take poor care of it, it can get infected. Or if something just gets into it and causes an infection. That's why whenever I'll make another video about taking care of your tattoos, but taking care of your tattoo is very important as well, because it does reduce the risk of infection. But I think most of the infections I've seen were mostly because of bad care. They didn't take care of their tattoos well enough, therefore it caused an infection, and it causes the tattoo to just become fail, because it fades horribly, it destroys the color, and it's kind of gross. So, I hope this helps some of you guys out. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna make another video on how to take care of your tattoos. And, that's about it. So anyway, wish me luck on the job front, guys. Yeah, that's it. Love you. Bye-bye.